Hello, everyone. I am the Dynamite Doll, and you are watching Dirt with the Doll, episode number 2. And my guest today is actress, model, professional wrestler, and of course, my bestie all the way from the USA in Ohio, Black Dahlia. Welcome to the Dollhouse.
So excited to be here. I love being in the dollhouse with you.
Yeah, it's, so fun to have you here. Episode 2, I knew that I wanted to showcase your story right away, so I'm very excited to have you.
Yeah, guys, as soon as she reached out, I was like, yes. Of course I would be on this. I want to be on this. Like, it's you. It would be just girl talk, fun time, but also serious talk as well.
Yeah. So we've both done a lot of podcasts, of course, and I'm going to try to make this a little different than most. I really want to come from that like female side of things and just that female
Okay.
vibe, right? Pushing like our stories and our journey in the business, the wrestling
Yes.
business.
Let's be real. Let's talk all about it. Like, I am so stoked.
You're so cute. I love you.
Tell
We
me
became
more.
friends on the internet. I kind of fell in love with your story. It was really inspiring. And, you developed CRPS by a wrestling injury, is how you got it.
Yeah.
And it is, for people that don't know, it is the most painful disease known to mankind. And I've only learned about it through you. And also labeled the suicide disease because it's so painful. Like she is in so much pain every single day. And yet she is always smiling, always positive, never gives up, and just keeps pushing. And that's what I was really attracted to, like, hearing about your story. And that's how we became friends. We just started talking back and forth and sending
Yeah.
each other messages. And eventually your agent, Ed, with Go Get 'em Promotions, booked me and you at the same event in Philadelphia. And we finally got to meet in
Yes.
person. And that was not this past July, but the July before. So just over a year ago. And
Yeah.
we finally got to meet in person. And so I'm
Yes.
so blessed that I've gotten to meet you. And yeah, I'm really thankful for Ed as well. So he's a big part of our journey.
Oh, for sure. And it's just like, I believe everyone has their own life story. We talk about this a lot. We all have our own adventure. Life is our own movie, and we can manifest so much, speak it into existence. And one of the cool things about us, Bronwyn, is we have, as entertainers, as artists, and being in the world of professional wrestling, we have such unique tales. And with you being of a bloodline, being a part of the royalty of professional wrestling, and then me being just this nobody from Ohio, like we have these like cool little different stories but similar stories. And you are absolutely correct. We did discover each other online, and you, I believe, were drawn to me because your dad was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Wrestling put him in a wheelchair, whereas wrestling put me in a wheelchair. And I mean, obviously, just as day and night, the difference is he was a legend and he actually had a career, and his career put him in that chair, whereas my wrestling accident at the dawn of my career put me in it, robbing me of my career. So that's,
Yeah.
the difference.
Yes.
But
But you're
yeah,
still fighting. You're still
I'm
fighting every day.
trying.
And you are a
It's
legend.
been, oh no, baby,
You're a
no.
legend in your own right.
It's been an 8 year long journey for sure, and thank you for also just wanting to highlight that right off the bat. CRPS, bringing awareness to it. Wearing orange, not just for Halloween, but to represent CRPS. And it's unfortunate that a wrestling accident activated this, because with CRPS, it's normally activated through a traumatic event, whether it is like a heart attack or like you could get into an accident or some kind of surgery, and it will trigger this neurological condition. And the tragedy was not just my sacrifice to become a wrestler, which we could talk about. It wasn't just me being robbed of a career and activating this disease, but it was the story of I went so long, nearly 7 years undiagnosed. So we're talking 15 doctors, we're talking
Yeah.
all of my 20s, we're talking just being robbed of my life, organically battling it. I didn't have medical marijuana. I didn't turn to like alcohol or other drugs. I didn't get offered any pain pills. And being diagnosed with the most painful pain known to mankind, the only treatments are pain management specialist therapy and whether it's ketamine infusions or different forms of opioids. There's Everything else is experimental because it's so rare. So one of the first things my doctor said to me when she discovered me was like, how did you survive this?
Right.
That was a loud vehicle. Did you hear that? I
No.
am. Oh, there was a loud vehicle that just went by. Shoot, I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah. So like when my doctor discovered me, she actually knew of this disease and she had been studying it for so many years. Like I believe it was like 20 years at that point. And she's like, "You're very lucky to be alive. This is nicknamed the suicide disease." She's like, "Honey, there's different will in different people, but people are on pain pills and managing this and having therapy, and they're still killing themselves. You had quite
You didn't
literally, I
even
told
know.
her I didn't know what was happening. I knew it was the most painful pain I've ever felt, but when I would go to these different doctors, like 15 of them, mind you, I they would tell me that my pain was nothing or they didn't know what it was, and they would scratch their heads and be so confused or be so dismissive, say, "Oh, lose weight, you're fat." Like they would say things like this to me and turn me away. So quite literally battling something nicknamed the suicide disease, I am one in a million, and I truly am lucky to be alive. I'm lucky to have survived this because being left in a wheelchair to die in a wheelchair, it was it's very traumatizing for sure. But to just take before I even got diagnosed with CRPS, I just took my life in my own hands and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fight this. Whatever this is, whatever like happened. I just thought I was crippled. I thought I just had a wrestling accident and never got better. But when I was like, you know, if the medical community is gonna abandon me, I'm gonna fight for my life. I believe in my life and I want to wrestle. My will to live was nothing compared to my will to want to wrestle. Stubbornness, pride, passion, whatever you want to call it. Wrestling put me in that chair, but I'm gonna have a freaking career. I'm gonna have a match. That's what driven me. And
Yeah.
I willed myself into that Planet Fitness. I taught myself how to walk without the aid of a medical community, without any rehab facility. I didn't have people holding my arms and helping me learn how to walk and pumping medicine in me so I can go numb as I did it. And as if this was just a regular injury, that would have been savage. That would have been brutal, but it's the most painful pain a human can endure. It's a tragedy of what I went through. And
Yeah.
to learn how to walk again, it took an entire year. And it was in a Planet Fitness. I went from at the beginning of the year only able to stand for 30 minutes to by the end of the year, I was in a Planet Fitness for 10 hours. 10 hours every
Yeah.
single day. And I knew no one would believe this, so I documented it.
Yeah. I was just
And
gonna say, and you've documented everything.
everything. And
Yeah.
it's one of those things because one, I like to document the journey because it's like we're a part of we're a part of that age where social media is a big a part of culture, but also it's the people that you rub shoulders with, it's memories. It's a
Yeah.
you know, I grew up in a time when America's Funniest Home Videos was a thing that you would watch in the evening with your family, and it's just all these home videos was so important. So growing up in the wrestling community from the age of 18 to now, it just was organic to document my journey as was. But then when I started doing the just a little bit more than my peers, whether it was, okay, no one in my family is going to help me, I'm homeless. Okay, it's going to be a little more difficult for me. I noticed that I was the one doing the wrestling story of starving. I starved to pay for wrestling school. I worked at a Walmart. I didn't get a proper degree or a proper career and pay for my wrestling. I literally worked at Walmart night shift, slept in my vehicle in the daytime. I had all the odds against me, babe. And then to be put in a wheelchair, nah. To be given this disease, nah.
Yeah.
Like
Makes me
I
so
just
sad.
like the roller coaster of my story. It's insane. But finding people like you, people that actually listen to me, believe in me, hear my story, and just gently nudge me, just to gently show me kindness and encouragement is what keeps me fighting, what keeps me going. I'm gonna take some medicine.
Of course. So talk about what it's like being a female in the business and how hard it is to find those true friendships that we are so lucky to have found in each other.
Well, it is rare because we are in a cutthroat community. The entertainment world is not for the faint of heart, whether it is modeling, acting, wrestling, let alone to find human connection is a beautiful thing, and it's rare. because it's hard to find genuine people. People are out for themselves, or they're out to just get something from you. What can they get from you? Do they want to fuck you or fuck you over, or both, you know? So to
Yeah.
find that genuine authenticity like that I found with you, it just it's immediate, and it's beautiful. But as a female in the business, I mean, I've been in the business now since I was 18 years old, so it's been a minute, and it definitely I've seen a shift. I've seen a change since the call out movement, let alone since just social media and the growth of the world of wrestling. There's a lot of jobs now. There's a lot of different opportunities. Everyone's hungry, and
Yeah.
there's more of a brotherhood now than ever, because before it was a
Before
little
it was like
more
limited spots and
cutthroat. I mean, the boys are still territorial
yeah.
for their spots, even towards the females. But a lot of people are still catty in the business. But as long as you have a genuine heart, and as long as you mean what you spoke your truth, and you're doing your best, and you're honest, then you have nothing to worry about, because like
Yeah.
the
Just
others, the
being
snakes
pure
will tell on themselves, the bad people, the cattiness. I believe in karma, so if someone
karma.
has ill intent, it's gonna come back to them. Like legally, you. So being a female in this business and growing bonds with other people such as yourself, it's very important, very vital for the
Yeah.
mental health, for the journey, because you can't
Yes.
do this alone.
It's definitely nice to have someone in the locker room, that you can really trust and they're your real
Mhm.
people. So I'm
Yeah, we've done a couple of signings together now. We've been in a couple of locker rooms together. Philly is our home away from
yeah.
home, which,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, guys, we will be in Philly this October together
It's
again.
October. We got our spooky shirts on.
Yes.
Yeah. Season of the Witch, October 25th, 2300 Arena. You guys need to come if you're in the Philadelphia area.
We're
So
allowed to announce it. I would hope so.
yeah,
Yes, we're going to be doing a signing. There's going to be a lot of
it's
action, a lot
Halloween.
of.
Like, yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm so
We're going to
excited
take
because,
over the city too. Philly is our home away from home.
and
And
I've
I
heard
think we're
it's
just
like
going to,
so pretty there in the fall. So I'm really excited.
gosh, we're going to
My
have so
first
much
time.
fun, babe.
So walk me through what your acting and modeling career looked like before entering wrestling, because I don't really know much about that side of your life.
A lot of people don't, because it was very amateur. You got to think I was 18 when I got involved with wrestling. So
Yeah.
before that, it was, I will say this. My first portrayal in theater was actually as an infant. Like, if my story couldn't get any more hilarious,
Yeah.
I all my sports that I perform, like there's an age limit, like 4 or 5, like the age is 4 or 5 year olds and then up. Well, because I
Yeah.
had an older sister, I was able to participate. She's nearly 3 years older than me, so I was able to be the 2 year old on the team. So I was always able to be the ballerina at the age of
What were you
2.
playing?
Oh gosh, like okay, so the sports were like all the different dance, like ballet, tap, jazz, but then also sports were basketball, t-ball, softball, and then cheerleading.
Wow, you did everything.
By the time age of 7, I included volleyball as well. It was pretty intense. But my first role though, precursor, like I just said, like I do things early. Um, I played the baby Jesus.
My
So
sister did that in her daycare
so
play.
so
That's
my
so
my
funny.
my first casting was not even at the age of 1.
Yeah,
I played a baby
I
infant
bet you were a
Jesus.
very cute baby Jesus.
Well, the thing is, it's been a downhill of since then, because I that was the lead, man. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
Jesus. Like, like after that, once I got older and I couldn't fit in the manger, I got like booted out to be an angel. Like I was like, what the fuck? I was the lead.
I'm so cute. Oh my god, I could totally see you as a cheerleader. That's super
Oh,
cute.
it
You're
was
so
so
small. You
fun.
probably get to go right on the top.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, so it was so fun because um baby, like I collected all my little ribbons, all my awards, and I was that person that had
Yeah.
shelves of all these trophies from all my sports. It was insane. And I knew I loved performing. I knew I loved sports. I knew I loved entertaining people. I knew I loved being an athlete. And it's just like I feel like I was like kind of like groomed and meant to be a professional wrestler, if you think about it, because I
Well, yeah.
from
Yeah.
so
Well,
but
the like cheerleading in the States, it's not like that here in Canada. but it's really crazy over there. Like, so lots of
Very
kind of
competitive.
gymnastics
Very.
moves,
One of
right?
my first competitions was down at actually when you get good at whether it's I know I did it with softball and I know like okay basketball I got so good at it I ended up getting scouted, auditioned, and made the team for and one basketball for the youth.
Wow.
So I was always really good at sports. So I did that with basketball and then with softball, I know different teams I was on, we got so well, we ended up going to like the Orlando to be at the Mickey Mouse ballpark. So whatever that big
Yeah.
freaking tournament is, I got to play in that. And then let's see.
That's super cool. I didn't know all that about you. You were so athletic and did it all, really.
Oh, it was I was always the
And
underdog
then, so
though.
did you model as a young child or?
So funny enough, like, and this is so cringe me saying it, but I was a cute kid though. So, like,
Yeah.
as a baby with my chubby cheeks and my face, if you think about it, think like Shirley Temple, but also think like, do you remember that movie, The Little Rascals, that came out in
Yeah.
the 90s? Like, I know it was a remake, but oh, so you remember Darla, that
Yeah.
cute little girl in the tutu?
Yeah.
So that was me basically,
I can see
and
that.
my mom would always tell stories about how she would get annoyed because she couldn't take me to a grocery store without getting just like harassed, like, oh my god,
Yeah.
your baby is so cute, like just like old women, like everyone. So this is cringe me saying it, but my mom would have to leave me somewhere because she didn't like getting
Like,
it,
my
like I
child's
it
too
slowed
cute. I
down
can't
her.
bring her out.
Yes. So then it got so
Funny.
bad that when I got older, I made it into a game. So I would tell my sister, make it into a competition in a little game. So one of my
Yeah.
childhood games was actually counting how many compliments I got when I would go into town.
Yeah.
And so this was a childhood game of mine, right? That I would play with my sister. And I think like by the time I met Nathaniel at the age of 18, 19, I would be still playing this game and he caught me one day because it was just like just a random thing. I thought everyone did this. And
Yeah.
Nathaniel was like, that's not fucking normal. He's like, no one gets complimented like that. And I was
Yeah.
like, I've done this since a child. So I stopped it once Nate pointed out that that's not normal. But so modeling, like, I always got scouted for little local things like that. But then when I got involved with wrestling, it kind of just was like, that was what I wanted to do. And when I was on the indies and endured what I endured, that's when I went to OVW and that's when I met Rip Rogers and that's when my valeting was like, I want to do the wrestling bit. And that's when Bobby Blaze entered, then Funaki, then Rikishi, and then the wheelchair. You know, like this is
Yeah.
a bizarre story of rags to riches, but how bad do you want your dream, you know?
I need to see baby pictures of you. And I get it because my daughter has my 6-year-old has the most gorgeous eyes. Of course, she got them from me. And when we
Yeah.
go out, everyone compliments her eyes. And I'm just like,
I'll send you a cringe
yeah.
90s photo of me probably
Oh
when
my
I was
God,
like
yes, please.
4. I look like little Darla with the chunky cheeks and I'm just going,
Yeah.
"Ah," you know, it's like so cringe, but it worked it worked, I guess. Like I fucking I honestly I remember getting mad at my parents when I got older because I was just like, why didn't you just send me to Hollywood? We would be rich. I probably would be
Yeah.
molested, but we would be rich.
Yeah. Right? I know a lot of people
I
are always
mean,
like,
there might have been consequences
a
to
lot of
being in
people say
Hollywood.
I should put my daughter in modeling. And I'm like, no,
I mean, if you
I don't want
protect
to.
her.
I don't know. They grew up and like have coke problems and eating disorders.
Yeah, but it's not the early 2000s anymore, babe. But yes, totally. I mean, even entering
That's
the
my
more,
worry. Yeah.
just teach her self love, and if she
Yeah.
wants to do it, then let her.
She'll be a musician. She's a singer.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So you're also huge into horror movies. What do you think the correlation between wrestling, horror movies, and rock and roll is? Because the three are kind of usually, if you're a fan of wrestling, you're into horror movies and you're into rock and roll as well. What's the
Yeah.
correlation?
I mean, if you have a natural personality, of course. Like,
Yeah.
I know. It's just, is it not fascinating that the people with personalities in our business actually do like the exact three, the holy grail, I the holy trinity, like you just
Mhm.
mentioned. But it so happens that I'm a fan of all three. But
Yeah.
it's yeah, I think down to pop culture in the early like 80s probably really had something to do with that. Because think about it, Ronwin, think about the
Yeah.
80s and 90s and how over, like, you didn't have to be a fan of wrestling, but you knew like Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
or even Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock, like in the 90s. Like people like started knowing of wrestling feuds and stuff. So
Right.
same with like rock and roll,
Yeah.
the
Elvis or
RIP the legend Ozzy, let alone all the different artists that are trying to get involved with wrestling. It's something about,
bless me.
God bless you. Um I don't know, babe. I think that
I've wondered this myself. So I'm not into horror movies
mm,
because I'm a scaredy cat.
well, okay. So think about it like this. There's nothing wrong
but
with being scared
yeah.
of
But yet I'm
horror.
ringside, like, there's blood, there's violence, there's injuries, like it makes no sense to me. I'm like, but I can't watch a scary movie. Like,
Baby, I love scary movies. I don't know. Like I love the adrenaline, just like a roller coaster. It's like like
see,
roller coaster.
I hate the jump scares and I
Yeah,
scare really easily. Someone walks
yeah.
in a room and I don't know they're coming. I'm like, ah! So I think I think I'm gonna have a heart attack. So I'm like, I can't handle it. But I used to when I was
Uh,
younger. But then I became
do
a
you?
mom, and
What
I be,
about like the? Do you guys in Canada have the like? You know how you can go to like a staged haunted house where there's actors
oh
in it and they scare you and stuff?
yeah, huh? I did that once, never again.
Oh, what happened? Tell me about it. I want to know details.
Um, like I went through the houses and that was okay, but there was like a maze, and the guy
Ooh, like a
had
corn maze?
yeah, and the guy
Oh,
had a
fun.
chainsaw, and he was like really chasing me with it. And like I was
Oh,
scared, and I'm sure that you can make it like you guys do at the wrestling show, right? Where it just makes noise. You can't actually like hurt someone with it. Is that
yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
So I think that's
Mm.
probably what it was. But like he was just coming too close to me, and I was like, I don't know if this guy's a psycho. I don't know if this guy's gonna snap. And I was like so terrified
Oh,
that
you poor thing.
I was with my boyfriend at the time. Had to tell him to back off because I was like almost crying. So I was like, I am never going there again.
Chainsaws are the ones that get it. Yeah, normally
Yeah,
like they're gimmicked though. Normally they're
yeah,
gimmicked and like the chains off and shit like that. So,
yeah. I don't know. I just don't like it.
but well, when you come to the States, I'm gonna definitely drag your butt
I
to
know.
some. They're fun.
I'm such a baby. What is the meaning of Black Dahlia?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. So the birth of Black Dahlia was when I was just that 18-year-old homeless kid, like I was that theater nerd that knew nothing about professional wrestling, and all I knew was I was annoyed with all the different promoters and different bosses trying to put like porn star names on me. Like it wasn't just the fact that I
Course.
was like it wasn't just the fact that I was like an 18-year-old kid. It was the fact that I wanted to be taken more seriously. I wanted to be more than just the sex appeal. And I came up with the Black Dahlia gimmick. And of course, that was a nod towards Elizabeth Short, the Black Dahlia murder case back in America. Like those that do not know,
Yeah.
there was a young actress, Elizabeth Short. She lived in Hollywood and she was murdered. And it's one of the biggest unsolved murder cases in America. And my psycho ass, when I lived in LA, I would go and lay out where her body was found. And I took photos and shit. And I would just lay
Nice.
there. Yeah.
That's super cool.
Maybe not. Maybe that's a little too weird, but I
This
was just
feels
like,
completely
what?
normal.
But so I came up with the gimmick because I wanted to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
So nothing says, okay, so instead of being like sugar tits and rainbow kitty, whatever, like instead of a stripper, I wanted to be an unsolved murder case.
I love it.
But that's the origin story. That was the 18-year-old in me wanting to take control of my character and wanting to take control of my career. But um Dahlia has become so much more.
Yeah.
Like Dahlia is a unique character that I have developed, and she has grown so much. She was like a silent evil Miss Elizabeth to this Harley Quinn, unhinged Harley Quinn before Harley Quinn became popular, and to now I am developed this organic style of flavor when I'm performing now. She breaks that third wall. She interacts with the audience, and it's like it's as if like she doesn't comprehend whether she's baby or heel. She's neutral. Like what she does is just in her mind. So I can be baby, I can be heel,
I feel like we're
but
both similar that way. Yeah.
with your gimmick,
Yeah.
so I've been playing with that, with character development, with my different the reps that I've been doing, which we talk a lot off camera about that,
Yeah.
guys. But her like Bronwyn is such a sister, guys. Like she checks in on me, she asks about my CRPS, she asks about my health, my mental health, my physical health, and she watches the tours I go on, and she's just she's a solid sister for sure. The locker rooms always need a Bronwyn in them for
Yes.
sure.
I'll agree with
And
that.
we're getting news. Bronwyn's moving to the States.
Yeah,
She's
moving in with
moving
her.
here. We're getting her to
Uh,
move to the States. She's like literally going to be the biggest sensation in the world, mind you. In the next 2 years, they're going to be pulling this clip and be like, "Was that Nostradamus?" And they're like, "No, that was Paige. She foretold the future."
yeah,
Bronwyn
husband
is
too.
the next fucking big thing. Her dad and the museum and his legacy is just the beginning. So I called it like last year when we were hanging in Philly. I called it again this year when we're hanging in Philly. And gosh, like Philly's like our home. Well, once again, we're gonna be in Philly in like what, two
Yeah.
weeks?
Yeah. So like the visits are going to be just shorter and shorter in between. We're going to see each other more and more.
Yes. And I'm getting my passport situated. So the tour in Canada will be a thing. But then when we do that, guys, spoiler alert, we are going to be going to England and Europe. So stay tuned
And
for
yeah,
shit like
hopefully
that being
Japan too would
announced.
be awesome.
Oh, it's going to be announced probably as early as next month, guys. Bronwyn and I
Hey,
are
we're
taking
very good us
over.
two. Yeah, we're very good at manifesting. So
We speak into it happens, guys. It's like what the heck.
um hey, here's what I want to know. How does Black Dahlia and yourself as Paige differ? Or do they intertwine? Are they the same person? Are they similar?
The art to performing is you bring realism, you bring some truth to the performance, and I try to stay to script and also stay to the truth in what I'm speaking. So Dahlia and Paige blend so beautifully now,
Yeah.
and like you see more Paige when I talk about CRPS, when I'm being raw with my twitches or my brain fog, or whether I'm being organic about the suicide aspect of it or the vomiting, like that's Paige coming through, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but Dahlia, she's a whole other entity. Like, but it'd be wrong to say we weren't one and the same,
Yeah.
especially this long like developing this character. So like she's everything I would want to be, everything
Yeah.
that we're different in besides the evil side. She's more brave than me for sure. She's more ballsy, she's more confident. Like I suffer body dysmorphia out of the ass being in the entertainment world, like being in the modeling world in the early 2000s, that with an hourglass figure everyone praises me for how I look, and it's like no, no, no. I In the early 2000s, I had dreams about sawing off my breast and sawing off my thighs and being that idealistic figure. I hated my short, stubby legs, and I didn't have the Paris Hilton long legs. And so growing up in that pop culture, developed eating disorder, developed body dysmorphia, let alone imposter syndrome when it becomes when you're trying to be an artist. And then, because being in the entertainment world, there's a lot of no's, a lot of closed doors, a lot of slammed doors, a lot of ha 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 slammed doors. So developing eating disorders, developing body dysmorphia, developing um body dysmorphia is a very real thing that me as a human being Paige deals with, but Dahlia, you would never guess that. Dahlia will strip nude and own the fucking room. You know what I mean? Dahlia will do whatever it takes to win. So I would like to be more like Dahlia, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, you need to learn a thing or two from her because your body is absolutely gorgeous, and I tell you this all the time.
Guys,
But
I say it off camera a lot, but I'll say it on camera. It's like my wheelchair body. Like people don't get it. Like I imploded and I spent years and years and years. I'm still supposed to be in that wheelchair. I'm not supposed to be out of it. So I gained a lot of weight in that wheelchair. Then now I've lost a lot of weight. So it's hard to have that confidence and then for people to try to say, "Oh, your body, girl," and it's like, "No. No."
well, you'll get there. Just keep working on it. Like the confidence, because you
That's
deserve
such an
to.
important thing. I would love. It's so easy to look at you and be like, "Oh, you're so beautiful, Brown, and you're so like, everything's perfect about you." Or to tell all of the
Everyone
young,
struggles. Everyone just likes things on themselves, right?
right? Like if you have curly hair, you would die for straight. Or if
I
you
want
had blonde
freckles.
hair,
I would die for some
yeah,
freckles.
like some people want the dimples, or
Yeah.
some people just like, dang, I wish I didn't have dimples. So like
Oh,
we always
my
desire,
daughter is like 5 feet. My 17-year-old daughter, she's very small. And
yeah.
she wants to be tall. And I'm like, I'm
Oh,
sorry, honey. Like,
Barbara.
I think she's done growing. I'm like, I'm sorry, honey. You're like, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Oh no.
I'm like,
Yeah.
tall? Like, how tall do you want to be? Because my mom is 5'11". So she's like, I'd like to be tall like grandma. And I'm like, I'm sorry, babe. It's not happening.
Oh no. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. A lot of people in my family, like the shortest man, like my Uncle Lance, he always calls himself the grunt of the men or whatever, or the runt or whatever. And he's like 6'4". So and then my sister was supposed to be 6 foot, and then like when
He's
they
the
predict,
shortest and he's 6'4".
yeah, he's like so
That's
they're like
pretty tall.
freaking very tall people. And if I didn't look just like my grandmother, you would have thought I wasn't a part of this family. Like I'm 5'2".
Yeah.
So I get
I
that.
like
I
being
get the
short.
whole wanting to be I I've learned to embrace it, but again, growing up, like everyone wanted
Well,
the
modeling too. Yeah.
the what was it? America's Next Top Model, like
Yeah.
that gimmick.
Yes, the short ones never won. I used to love that show.
Yes, I wanted to be them so badly.
So you have a documentary and a book coming out. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure, babe. Yes. All right. So what I can talk about is I need to get back with my author. I've been avoiding him
You've
and I
been so
don't mean
busy.
to.
Yeah.
Oopsies. So my co-author, I mean, okay, so guys, it's just to be as real as possible. Um, it is an extreme honor to have people reach out and want to write your story, write your life story. So truly thankful. But because of my mental health, I have put off a lot this year. Bronwyn knows my struggles behind scenes, but for now, guys, you need to understand, like, with my mental health and everything I've endured, like, imagine being a prisoner of war, being tortured, and then now you're back home. Your brain will never be the same, and I still am enduring the torture, the pain. So I put off publishing my book and finishing it, to be fair. And it was supposed to debut this October, but I think the earliest it will be out is November, which is
Not too
CRPS
far off.
Awareness Month.
Yeah.
But I think I've put it off so much just because I'm not sure how to end it.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe you feel like
in
it's
a
not
way,
the story's not over yet.
we're living it. And I always knew there would be a part two and a part three. I
Yeah.
always knew that there'd be more details that I would be comfortable to go into in the future that I'm leaving out in the first book. But um I my story is still being written and I'm trying to figure out how to end Wrestling with CRPS and how to begin my
The next
documentary
one. Yeah.
because to film this, I have all the footage of everything I've been through from being homeless to LA to training to being put in the wheelchair to learning how to walk again, being in a Planet Fitness for 10 hours a day to then getting discovered and learning I have a disease. I'm not just crippled, I'm actually sick and this has killed so many people and it's like holy shit, how did I survive? You're one in a million. It's like what? So to write this all down in a book, it's emotional to go through it again, to relive it, babe,
Yeah.
to have to express the details of, because my book is not for the faint of heart. When you read this, it is a wave of, you're going to taste and feel the journey with me, and the journey is about death. Every time I've either had a near death experience or tasted death or actually passed away and went into the in between, you are going to die with me throughout this book. And it's very hard
Yeah. It's
to
like
write.
emotionally draining. Yeah, you're reliving
So
it.
draining.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and where to end, because we're still in it.
Yeah.
I am not in remission. I am actually, uh even though it's not contagious, but or whatever, I I'm not allowed to donate blood now. I'm not allowed to donate organs. And it's hard to exist in a snow globe. And that's the metaphor I constantly use with my therapist, is I feel trapped in a snow globe and everyone else gets to live, and I'm just living in this world, in this storm that no one sees, and no one can fully touch me, and I don't feel human. But um I don't want that to be the end of my book or my doc. I want, if anything, this is going to be the beginning,
Yeah.
because there's so much more. There's so much more that's about to happen. I will wrestle. You guys, you're going to see it. You guys are going to see, sure, I got out of that wheelchair and lost weight, but you're going to see me weight train. You're going to see me battle this disease and put it in remission. People go into remission with like cancer and stuff like that all the time. There's no reason why I can't survive this and br- figure it out. Like maybe figure out the cure. So I want people to see me wrestle, but also I want to see people to see my advocacy. I want people to see that no matter how much the odds are against you, you can fulfill your dream. I had all the odds against me. I was kicked out at the age of 18. I was homeless. I worked at Walmart. All my money went to wrestling school. To be a wrestler, I slept out of my vehicle, but my shoot job was night shift, so I had to sleep out of my vehicle in the daytime. But I didn't have money to run my vehicle, like gas money, so I had to shut off my vehicle during the day. But that didn't even matter because my air conditioning didn't work. So I got like
Yeah.
sun poisoning. Like I had all the odds against me, but I still made it happen. And I want people to hear this. I want people to know that it's okay if your family doesn't support you. It's okay if your friends don't support you. I mean, when I became a wrestler, everyone removed me from MySpace, or no, Facebook, Instagram, like all the social medias. Everyone removed me because they didn't understand wrestling. They weren't fans of wrestling and they called it trash. I was abandoned and left alone and at the mercy of just what I chose, wrestling. The wrestlers took me in, and we all know how the entertainment world is. So it was a hit or miss with who handled me. And but it's not a sob story. It's a comeuppance story. It's an enduring story. It's I don't want people to pity me, feel sorry for me. I want people to be inspired, because even if they don't have it as bad as I've had it, or even if people have it worse, or whatever, keep fighting so you can make it happen. It's all about speaking it into existence. It's impossible to fail unless you choose to fail.
I can't wait to read the book and
Ah,
see how you decide to end it. Not, but it's not the ending. Like you said, there's probably going to be a number 2, number 3, whatever.
exactly.
So you just need to
Yeah.
find that perfect way to wrap it up in book 1.
Yes. The book
Yeah.
one, definitely. And then as for the documentary stuff, everything is still in the works. I'm still in group chats and stuff with my
Oh,
crew. I
and I
just
get it being like, it's a lot. You're doing so much. You're wrestling like every weekend. And so I think it
I
is
think,
important that if you feel like you need a little time to like, slow down, and you moved the date of the release date, like that's okay to do too, right? Like we're human, and these
yeah,
things.
thanks. See, she's so understanding, guys. She's such a sister. She's like, don't stress, babe. You got this. But guys, like for sure, when I am on the road with a doc crew, Bronwyn obviously is going to be a part of it. So
Gotta get us in Philly.
Yes. So I just
Or me coming out there for the first time. I've never been to Ohio. That would be fun.
yeah, guys, like we're planning a tour for Bronwyn in America, so it's gonna be like pretty sick. And she's gonna be all over. Let's just say that.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to talk about Ben Veal. He is a podcaster. You and I have both done his podcast before.
Yeah.
And he recently posted about, it was a very raw, honest video that he posted about him being bullied as a child. So he was bullied because he liked professional wrestling,
Oh
and
my
he had
gosh.
like a WWE like leather jacket with the patch, and like the kids would make fun of him. And so it got so bad he started like he would cover the patch when he'd walk by them. And
Oh
um
baby, I didn't know that about him.
I know. And then but also, in this video he said, oh no, I'm sorry, I don't think he's sorry, he didn't say this on the video. He said this to me privately because I reached out to him and I'm like, I'm sorry that happened to you, and like,
Oh,
I can
sweet
relate.
angel.
Yeah. But he said that people have been really rotten to him online, saying like his podcast sucks. He looks funny. His voice is funny. Like all these crazy, crazy things. And you and I both talked so highly about his podcast and how like talented he is, and he's going to go so far.
1000%. Oh my gosh. Like honestly, okay, so I don't mean to make it about me, but if my brain fog gets the worst, bring me back into this Bronwyn, but I want to put him over so badly.
Yeah.
Being out of the wrestling world for so long and then choosing to get back into it in a sick body, I wasn't even able to ballet at first. So what did I do? I reached out to the people, and the people brought me back into the wrestling world. What did I do? Before I started doing my signings and before I started doing my meet and greets, I did podcasts. I got my story out there. And so for a good part of 2 years, I have done really, really bougie to decent to not the
Okay.
best pot. I just
Yeah.
I can't say no to people. So I've been on different podcasts for like 2 years, just telling my story, getting my message out of everything I've been through. And with that being said, I dare say Ben, he was the most professional, the most well put together, and then the most well executed. Like when I watched the final product, it was well put together. And you and I have said this, even if he didn't, what you just said. See, I didn't. I knew you were going to mention him today on the podcast, but I didn't
Yeah.
know why. But so this was my raw reaction to that. I am sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry that you were. Oh, babe, I'm sorry that you were bullied, but you're so brave to share your story. So I didn't know this about him. But with that
Yeah.
being said, say we didn't, off camera, on camera, we always have talked about how professional he truly was and how his podcast was phenomenal. So,
Yeah.
out of my 2 years experience of trying to be on different podcasts, whether they're workers, fans, no matter who are behind all the different podcasts, his is the top notch. And
Yeah.
I
That's
think he
Wrestling
needs it.
Life Online with Ben Veal. I just want to give him a shout
Yes.
out. Go follow him, watch his stuff.
Go follow him.
He's
Yes.
doing
Go
great
watch his
things.
stuff.
He's only had his podcast for about a year, and like he's killing it. He did the Wrestling Life Hall of Fame inductions, and he inducted my dad into his little Hall of Fame. Here's my little plaque that
Oh,
he mailed
nice.
out. We did a little ceremony online. We dressed up, and like that's how professional this guy is. So
That guy is so professional. I plan on being back on this podcast when I start wrestling again or whatever. So,
even
uh,
and he was speaking about his bullies, saying like, I hope that they are well. I hope you're well now. And I was just like, you're such a good person. Like
such a
you,
good heart.
yeah. I'm like, I don't know if
He's
I would do that.
intelligent, he's professional, and he's kind.
Yeah.
Guys, go follow him, go support him, and I will follow up definitely with my career with him. And I told him this even, I think
Well,
it was
actually, he
last
wants
year
to
when
have
I.
both of us on, so we'll have to arrange that soon for before Philly.
Very much so. Yes, let's
Yeah.
do something very soon. Also with him, though, when I was on his podcast, and once we were done, I told him that I hope he can do this as a career. Like
Yeah.
I
That's what he's
see
trying to
him
do.
being a journalist as a career.
Yeah.
So,
Do you have any bullying stories like when you were growing up as a kid,
oh,
or
for sure,
yeah.
for sure. I was so um growing up, I was dyslexic. I mean, twist. I am dyslexic, and back in the 90s, early 2000s, we didn't know what that was really. And reading and writing was very difficult for me growing up, and getting teased for that. Uh, a lot of personal things that I definitely will share in the future, but
Yeah.
in wrestling, and I've been very public about this, when I joined the world of professional wrestling, wrestling didn't accept me. The indies, I was just a homeless kid, starving and not knowing how to survive, and I got cyberbullied. I got attacked.
Yeah.
I was cyberbullied by a lot of local wrestlers because who was this actress getting involved with their business? I rubbed them the wrong way, and they cyberbullied me to almost kill myself. And that's how I got introduced in the world of professional wrestling. And I was just a valet at that time. I
Yeah.
hadn't even gone to OVW with Rip Rogers yet. I was very, very new, and being cyber attacked just because I was not a wrestling fan becoming a wrestler. I was an actor getting involved with the business, and I was taking it as a job and as a performance, and I wanted it to be my performance, my art, my craft. Act I was taking acting classes at a local studio. I got a gym membership, and I started dieting and exercising. And for some reason, like 10 years ago, that rubbed people the wrong way. And I got cyberbullied and made fun of, and I almost killed myself. And that was a very hard time in my life, experiencing cyber attack like I did. And
Yeah.
these people were adults. They were in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, and they had showed no mercy on me. And now as a grown adult, I've forgiven all of them, and a lot of them have reached out to me, and we've all made amends. But um bullying is not fun. Bullying is
No, the internet is
disgusting.
a very scary place for my children growing up. I worry, but
Yeah.
it's
Honestly, just we're human. We make mistakes. We're flawed. Like, I mean, with my sickness, I am easily to be angered, like during my flare, or I honestly, I believe that there's something cool about just being as genuine as possible, and just how cool is it just to get along with everyone and just be friendly to everyone and kind to everyone and love everyone? And if they accept your love, so be it. And if they don't accept it, uh then
yeah,
so be it as well. But if but like I said before in this podcast, if people have bad intent, it's going to come back on them. So bullies, they're hurting.
yeah,
People hurt
that's
people.
right.
That's how
Hmm.
the saying goes.
And karma
And
absolutely comes back around. I believe
people,
that.
if someone's attacking you on your looks, it's because they're insecure on theirs. Like if someone's attacking you on your wrestling abilities, it's because they don't even have a career, so um
Yeah,
Ben is amazing. You've endured things, I've endured things, the viewers, I'm sure. Just my best advice towards people that are getting bullied is understand that that person is just hurting, and what they say is no reflection on who you are.
that's
That
same
that
with
is not who.
jealousy. It's not necessarily like it's not bullying, but like jealous people, it's always because yeah, they want what you have, kind of thing. But
Oh, and
they
then
think,
in the entertainment community, there's such like gatekeeping and blackballing and politicking. It's like people want to be the ones that give the yes and the no, and who can be here
yeah,
and who cannot be, and it's just so gross. And it's like just have a genuine, pure heart and just like work hard, and be straightforward and honest, and not. I believe everyone should eat. It's okay if you don't get along with someone. It's okay if you
yeah.
don't really like that person, but everyone should
You don't
eat.
need to be mean. Yeah,
You should never take from someone either. I want everyone to eat. I want everyone to have a job, but just maybe not eat at my table.
yeah. I think that's why we get along. I love you so much.
Love you, baby.
Who's your favorite wrestler, past and present?
Ooh, ooh. All right.
They're different.
So Okay, so I'm just gonna go with my stereotype. Past is a tie between Nature Boy Buddy Rogers and Macho Man. Those are my two film
See my
studies
Macho
that I
Man
did.
painting?
Mm,
Can you see that paint? Can you see the painting, Macho Man?
I'm blind, baby.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of far.
Mm.
Sorry, Macho Man, and you. Do you have a present
Nature.
favorite?
Let's go with Natalia.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my next question is a female who has inspired you. I'm assuming it's Natalia.
Natalia. Natalia, of
What is it
course.
about her that speaks to you?
Sorry.
What is it about her that speaks to you or that you find inspiring?
So like, I mean, being that 18-year-old little girl, getting involved with the business, and then you got at that time you got Total Divas coming out, like
Yeah.
a TV show. Like you got um me getting involved with professional wrestling. I never watched it growing up, so I started film studying by watching like Monday Night Raw or whatever,
Yeah.
and I started watching TV wrestling, and she was on there, and she always stood out, uh and then to get involved with wrestling, and then to become a wrestler, and then to get sick and not be able to wrestle. I always thought, and that you could call this arrogance, or you could just call this speaking it into existence, like there's no such thing as failing. So I always knew if I was going to be a wrestler, I'd be a wrestler. So therefore, okay, I'm going to be a wrestler. I started becoming a wrestler and training, right? So now that I'm a wrestler, I was like, who are you going to wrestle? And I was like, okay, this is my list, and these are the people I'm going to wrestle. And I know I'm going to wrestle because I'm a wrestler. So she was always on that list. And I
Yeah.
never questioned it. I knew in my heart of hearts I was going to wrestle her somewhere down the line in my career. And I knew that when I was in training, and I knew that when I became a wrestler. But then when I got in the wheelchair, I lost all hope for everything. And then there was different sparks of hope when I was in the wheelchair, let alone when I learned how to walk again. Like before I learned how to walk again, I would think I'm gonna wrestle one day and she's gonna be one of my matches. I would think things like this. And it's like, girl, you're in a wheelchair. That's never gonna happen. And then I started walking and standing again. And I'm like, like I really want to wrestle again. I think I want her to be one of my matches. And then now here we are finally getting the approval of taking a couple bumps, and my body is enduring so much, and it's so freaking hard. But maybe just like learning how to walk again, it took 30 minutes, but by the end of the year we got to 10 hours. Maybe taking 2 months might be really, really hard, but that's just 30 minutes. We can get to that 10-hour mark. Like
Yeah.
so if I can endure and fight really hard, I think I'm gonna have a match, and I think I've been manifesting it, and I want it to be with her. If I could have at least one match, I want it to be with her. If I could have a tour and have a couple matches, I want it to be with her, one of them.
That would be
And
awesome.
I think we're speaking into existence, but what makes her stand out is just not just her beauty, not just her stage presence. It's like her so she's beautiful, but I think it's just the sheer talent of her
Yeah.
performance. Like she
I mean,
is
she
about.
grew up, yeah, it's in her blood. She
Yeah,
wrestled with men, like training when she was a young kid. And so she's
yeah,
legit. And I think that's why you look up to her and you're like, this girl really
yeah.
knows what she's doing. She wasn't,
I would trust her with my body in the ring 100%. She would be the ring general 1,000%, and I would just go with everything that she said. And I feel like I'm manifesting that. So stay tuned for a lot, guys.
yeah, I can't wait to see. So, fashion in the dollhouse is a big thing. How would you
Okay.
describe your style?
So why do you couldn't even say that without laughing? Stop!
Okay, where's this going?
You couldn't even say that without laughing. Why? Non-existent.
I'm sorry.
I'm sick, okay? I am literally covered with head to toe with CRPS.
I'm more of like just seeing how you're going to answer this question because,
Well,
your
that's
wrestling
the
attire.
answer, Mrs. Fashionista. I am sick, and maybe if I wasn't in a sick body, I'd feel like dressing it up some.
Oh,
No, okay, so if I could play around with dressing up more, because it's more than just my disease and not wanting people to like brush up on me too much. It's also body dysmorphia. You got to think I've got inflamed and fluctuated with weight, and then now I'm like a deflated balloon. So there's that body dysmorphia, and then just comfort because of the
Yeah.
disease. So a lot of it is don't touch me. So I cover my body, but if we go into the fashion part, with Dahlia is like she's been compared to goth Barbie. She's Dahlia's called goth Barbie, chainsaw Barbie. Let's see. So she's like Nate's compared me to sport Barbie.
Okay.
So like a goth
Dirty
sporty
Spice.
Barbie. Yeah, like okay, so a Barbie, sporty, and then goth. Like mix that together, if that makes sense.
Totally.
Yeah, that's my vibe.
Yeah. Love it. Music is also huge in my a huge part of my life. Who's your favorite band?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite band?
You literally can fucking guess.
Ozzy.
Ozzy! Ah!
Ozzy. Yeah.
Okay, listen, like there's just
Tell
so
the
many
fans.
layers
I already
there.
know.
You know me so well, but the fans didn't. All right, so we guys we bonded us her and I are like sisters, like seriously, and just I mark out that you are connected to Ozzy though in a way.
Yeah.
Tell the people about that.
Well, my dad, I mean, WrestleMania 2, Ozzy managed the British Bulldogs. So, and he reached out to Vince McMahon saying, I want to manage these guys. So
He reached out.
he reached out to
Ozzy
them.
motherfucking Osbourne reached
Yeah.
out for
In his
her
pink
dad.
salmon suit. He had like a pink salmon suit at WrestleMania 2. So hilarious.
Ah,
The, like
like I'm
bleached,
just
kind of spiky hair.
literally, I'm just fucking jerking off to that concept. Like
I know.
seriously,
How could that not
like
be
I
my favorite WrestleMania moment? Like as a rock and roll fan myself, whenever people ask me my favorite moment in my dad's career, I say that because I'm like Ozzy fucking Osbourne. Okay, yeah.
honestly like
Oh,
that's so cool. So,
I have a doll of him. One sec. It's kind of funny.
okay, I'm gonna drink medicine.
Oh, his glasses are coming off, but here you go.
Oh, that's creepy as
What the fuck?
fuck. That's creepy as fuck. I love it. Ah.
Yeah, what's wrong with his hair?
I love
I'll
that.
bring him to Philly. We might
Oh,
need
then please
him for the
don't.
photo shoot, you know. And
Which
kids.
photo shoot are we having? What kind of
Huh?
photo shoot are we doing? Guys, I think we might be doing two types of photo shoots. Like us taking over the city, but then also because that's just what we're gonna be doing, and it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. I
Yeah.
swear. And then
OnlyFans collab?
yes,
Yeah. We can say it.
we can make money off of whoa. We can make good money off of it. Or two
No,
hot
we can make
blondes.
beautiful artwork.
Arts.
Art, it's art.
Selling arts.
So you're gonna
I
come to
love it.
Canada one day. What do
Oh,
you
and we're
think?
gonna pour.
What
We're
do you
gonna okay. So
imagine Canada to be like?
cold, and I imagine maple syrup on my titties.
I knew you were
Like I
gonna say that.
swear to God, okay, no, I had an envisionment. Listen, I have That So Raven moments. Remember
Yeah.
that Disney show That's So Raven, and she would
Yeah.
like look in the future and go like that. I have those moments, and they come true. I
The
swear,
maple
bitch. I'm
syrup.
like okay.
I will
Well,
have the
listen, no,
bottles
I was
ready for
mad
you.
at you. I was. If
I
you don't bring me
know.
maple syrup this time,
Okay, I
oh
will.
my God,
The
you
first
can
time
be
I
at the
came to
airport.
yeah, it's the first time I went to Philadelphia and I was going to meet her. She mentioned the maple syrup and I got some at the airport. There was like three little
I'm
jars.
bringing you something from Ohio. You and it's they're
Is it
Buckeyes.
potato?
They're like no, that's Iowa, bitch. Iowa's the potato one. No, no, no.
Oh,
Ohio. And because the Buckeyes are like there's a Buckeye tree, and that's what Ohio's known for or whatever. And the little nuts that fall off it is like just a round ball, but then they have a little coloring, like a you know what I'm trying to say, like a
you
little
eat it?
Well, I think people roast those, yeah. But
Okay.
no, it's an imitation of it. It's honestly just like a peanut butter dipped in chocolate ball, but
Mm.
they look like little
I still
Buckeyes.
have
And
the lavender you gave me. I think it was lavender. Last time we were in Philly,
yeah,
you brought me lavender from your friend's property, and I still have it. It's in my
yes,
bedroom. Yeah.
my friends, I was having a therapy session and my friends had a lavender filled and it was all just like inner good energy out. And then I made a special one for Bronwyn and I brought
Yes,
it
I
to
love it.
her and I love that you
It's
keep
it's
it.
on top of my Marilyn Monroe photo in my
So
room.
since, oh, I love that.
Remind me of like
So
positive girl power, you know? My bestie.
1000%. Yes. And then now, since I know you've never been to Ohio, I'm bringing you a bit of Ohio to you.
All right. I won't forget the maple syrup this
But
time.
no, no, the
Forgot it
actual
on the
regular
plane.
going.
I had to put it above the overhead and I forgot it.
Boo
That's what
you.
happened.
Listen,
Don't
so
waste
so my
money.
moment, I saw myself getting my passport situated because I've never been to another country. And I flew to Canada and I was there for 5 minutes straight and not a single maple syrup was spread on me and I was pissed. I was like, where's the maple syrup?
Just go in the
And
airport.
I was like, like just spray it. It's like, please, some Canadian man lick this off me. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, whoopsies.
So you're known for your incredible personality and your positivity, at least
Bitch.
on my end. That's all I see. How do you remain so positive when dealing with
Bronwyn.
CRPS and the constant pain without painkillers? How do you stay so positive?
Medical marijuana. No, it was honestly like I've had a lot of bad shit happen to me on top of the CRPS. But I think it's just the idea, the excitement of getting a second chance to live. Like when you get that death
Yeah.
sentence, when you just, whether it was before I got diagnosed with CRPS and I was just in that wheelchair and I was doomed and I've now become one of the damned, so to speak. I it's easy to get down on yourself for sure, but I fighting the suicide disease, fighting it every day. It's not, social media is fake, you know, it's not always easy. It's not always smiles. There's, you know, like to get flowers it must rain, you know. So there's always tears before the rainbow. But the way I stay positive is surrounding myself with good people, to
Yeah.
not feel alone, to not feel abandoned, and people like you, Bronwyn, my sister. So you are my sister. Nathaniel, as my caregiver, as my brother. It's very important about the team that as if you are sick or whatever, or not sick, the team that I surround myself with is very vital right now. So that's how I stay positive, and then I find exciting things. I go on adventures. I get a
Mhm.
second chance at life. So it's like, let's skydive, Bronwyn. Let's ride roller coasters. Let's watch spooky movies. You
Those
know,
are all the
let's.
things I don't like.
Well, listen, I didn't get
Hey,
opportunities to do
for you,
this.
I'll do it.
Exactly. If I have to do it, you have to do it too, and
Yeah.
then it'll be filmed and it'll be funny. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
You'll
let's
record me
like
as a
at least go
meltdown.
do something spooky in Philly. Maybe we can go to like a haunted house or something.
Maybe, yeah, because it is Halloween. They must have something.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
like some kind of like spooky little thing.
I'll look it up. There's got to
We
be
won't be
something.
working the whole time. I know, guys, we're gonna be super busy with our modeling shoots, with our media teams, and then we also have our signing and then the actual show. So we're gonna be super busy, but I think we can squeeze in a little R&R time.
Little haunted house.
Yes.
What advice would you give to other athletes or individuals who are facing chronic pain or health challenges?
Try to get a medical card because a lot of people think I'm like just so brave and so or insane, maybe both. To not do painkillers. So everyone is valid in whatever choice they choose. Like everyone's pain is pain, and I um I noticed a lot of people at shows are finding me, whether it's through social media or actually in person. Like people are coming up, whether they're wrestlers or a part of the production crew or even a fan or a family member. People are approaching me and telling me their pain stories. People are telling me that they've heard about me, or they just organically are telling me their pain, and I feel like a lighthouse in a sense that people are approaching me, and I can just, when someone is in pain, the one thing we want is someone just to listen, someone to
Yeah.
hear us, someone to validate us, someone just to fucking shut the fuck up and listen,
Yeah.
hear me, believe me, just let me talk, you know. And I feel like that I'm that person for these people. I get it, and just come and talk to me. Just I'll hear your pain and I'll pray for you, and so my message to those that are crippled or that are in pain, or young athletes, just athletes in general that are trying to pursue careers, perhaps like while battling pain, you're valid in your pain. You're valid in how you handle your pain. But I am this insane person that is right now the experimental doing it holistically. I'm doing it organically, and I have been doing it organically. But why have I been doing it this way is because I went so long undiagnosed. It's not like I'm a superhero. I didn't get diagnosed day one and choose, I'm not going to do pain pills or something.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know any
You already
better. I
went
didn't.
7 years. You didn't know.
So why start now? You
Yeah.
know? So it's not like I'm some kind of superhero and brave. It's just like I just like I just choose not to because I've been able to go for so long. So to anyone in pain, you're valid with your pain, but find ways to control your pain in the most holistic way possible, and still pursue your dreams. Being an athlete is beautiful. I had dreams about when I was in the wheelchair. I was trapped in a wheelchair, and if I was ever blessed enough to be in a vehicle and be driving into the city, I would pass a college and I would see these kids like my age at the time, uh, or younger or older. Like I would see them walking throughout the campus, and I'm like, how do they walk? How do they go from their dorms are all the way up in town and they're walking throughout
Yeah.
campus all day? And I was like, that's superhero stuff. That's impossible. How can they do that? Because the pain was unbearable, the agony I was enduring.
Yeah.
I didn't, it fried my brain so badly that I couldn't imagine being able to do that. I was like, no, these guys, everyone has to be in pain. There's no way people can do this. This is unreal. And I was talking about people just walking. That's
Yeah.
what that disease
It's
did to me.
crazy
So,
that, how much we take advantage just being able to walk from point A to B, and you're looking at
yeah.
them like in such admiration. That's
Yeah, and to be told by the medical community, like I'm not going to be a part of that world ever again, and then to be like, no, fuck that. I'm going to make sure I am. So I want to find a healthier way for people to do what I just did. And I was discussing this with Nate the other day, babe. I want I don't want people to go to Planet Fitness and scream their head off and shit their panties and raw dog this like I did. Like I want to find a way to keep people as holistic as possible, but also not as painful as it was for me. So that's my life mission. I want to wrestle, but I want to open up a facility where we can figure out how we can help the sick. And that's
that's
something I feel
beautiful.
like is
I
my
love that.
calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's my calling,
And
babe.
I
I feel
love
like
that
I
people are
it's
coming up to you and saying like your story has spoken to me, like I'm in pain.
wild.
That must feel really good because I get that with my dad too, like the Dark Side of the Ring episode when I reconnected with my father. I've had so many people say to me like I heard your story and it made me think, and I reached out to my father or whatever it was, and that made me feel
Oh,
so good
nice.
that like yeah, me putting my story out there helps someone. So it must feel that way for you as well.
For sure, babe. Honestly, like that's beautiful that people are touched by your story, and I love that. I'm touched by your
You too.
story, and you are an inspiration, babe, and I am so proud of you. But
Thank
as yeah, of course. As for my bit, oddly enough, it's like when I see these people, it's like I see their tears and I'm just like, there's that validation for sure. But then I also have the imposter syndrome, and it's like I feel so unworthy of their love or their I just I hate that this has to be a thing. I hate that I'm in pain. I hate that other people are in pain. I hate that I have to just go through this and then they come to me for hope and I don't even know how to save myself. Like I am very
But
much.
it's just comforting to not be alone as well, right? Even if you don't have all the answers, it's just nice to like know someone else that struggles and building
Oh, for
a
sure.
connection. Yeah.
For sure. It's a double-edged sword. It's both sides of the coin, but I'm finding my purpose, and being able to help others in pain is a blessing. Having people approach me at these shows is surreal. Like normally like because I don't have a wrestling career, so people are not like, "Oh, I saw your footage and stuff." So I don't get people approaching me saying, "Oh, I love when you did this match against this person." I don't have that interaction with fans. People were finding me because of my modeling or because who trained me. But now people are finding me more than just my look, more than just my resume. People are finding me because of my story, and that means so much to me.
Keep it up, girl. Keep it up.
Ah,
What
let's
are your
pray and
goals?
manifest.
What are your goals and aspirations in wrestling? What do you hope to achieve in the ring? I think we kind of already touched on this, but
Okay, so the goal is like right now in my career, I am able to like do one or two moves a night. So we're monitoring my health. So this stage of my career is all about the book, all about my documentary, and all about my physical health, like trying to put my body into remission. So it's all in the kitchen, all in the gym, weight training, and then in the ring.
oh
Just
yes,
like
I
I
saw you were doing no sugar. How's that going?
like had McDonald's the other day. It's awful.
That's not sugar, that's salt.
I'm fighting for my life for sure, and I'm very human, and I'll always take accountability. But
I was
yeah,
craving
we're
McDonald's
trying.
fries today so bad, but I didn't do it.
Ah, so yummy, proud of you. Um, one of us won. One of the theories is sugar free, so we're combating that, and we're trying to put my body in remission. But
Yeah.
my goal in my wrestling career would be once we accomplish this book, documentary, and accomplish, like I said, learning how to walk again. Okay. Learning how to wrestle again. So once we finish this journey and I get to that stage, let's see where my body's at. I say I want at least one match. Maybe I'll go on a tour. Maybe I'll have a full wrestling career.
Yeah.
But as of
Yeah.
now, all of
Step
that
by
is up in
step.
the air. All of that is up in the air, and we'll see what happens at the end of this journey. But I would be happy very much so at this stage to do the book documentary, have my one single match, and maybe get a good job somewhere as a manager or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely. Just being involved some
Yeah.
way. That's like
Yes.
I'm not
Because
a
I can.
wrestler, but I love to be involved somehow. And that's why I started this podcast and managing as well. But, sometimes locally I'm not doing a lot of that. And that's why I'm like, okay, I need something. And so I started this podcast. But this is still my
Beautiful.
way of being involved in wrestling. So yeah,
I'm
you've
glad
still
you're
got
doing this.
thank you. You still have so much on the horizon. So, and you're still very much involved in wrestling,
Thanks,
you
babe.
know.
I'm trying. I'm trying
But I
to
hope I hope you
manifest
get
it.
that match against Natalia one day, like you're, manifesting.
Maybe we can pull this footage up next year or in the next 2 years, within the next year to
Right?
2 years, and we'll be like, oh, see, we called it.
Yeah. How has the wrestling community supported you, and what message do you have for your fans and supporters?
So we spoke earlier about bullying and how when I entered the world of professional wrestling, I got cyber bullied to the point of suicide almost. Definitely self harm as well. So now re-entering the world, I had such PTSD, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna get bullied, I'm gonna get attacked. This is insane. And it's just like such a different world and so welcoming. My old bullies are now becoming mentors. My uh, people that were there when I was a kid that knew me before I was sick, they're showing their faces, and I'm like, oh my God, they knew me before I was sick. They knew me. They knew Paige. And
Yeah.
it's been an emotional road for sure. And then meeting my new friends like you and discovering such unique people, whether they're fans or workers. My journey back into the community has been rocky, but I think the message I always try to bring is the positivity of it, as corny and as dumb as that sounds, but hope, happiness. Wrestling made me sick the rest of my life. Wrestling has killed me, but I don't want that to be it. I don't want it to be a tragedy. I want that happiness, that comeuppance, that camaraderie. And that's the message I'm sending with what I think I'm going to pitch with my documentary. I want the hope and the funness, like why are we doing this, why are we wrestlers, why are we involved, why are you involved, you're like, God, I just gotta somehow dip my toe in the business, even if it's this
Yeah.
podcast. Like,
Yeah.
what is that? And I think that is the way wrestling with CRPS needs to be pitched and needs to be presented, is that camaraderie I've been having since re-entering this world.
Yeah, it's that sense of belonging. That's what I found in wrestling as well when I first started doing shows. I was like, I didn't grow up doing sports like you. Um, I just didn't. And so when I started doing wrestling shows, I was like, oh my God, like I belong. I found where I belong. And I'm definitely
My
coming back next
people.
month. Yeah, I loved it. So it's kind of that, it's almost an addiction, right? Yeah, the
Mm.
rush, the
So there's
adrenaline,
the
the sense
passion,
of
the love.
belonging. Yeah, like that's our place. We love it.
Yeah, for sure. It's our community.
Yeah. So what's next for you? Any upcoming matches or anything you're
Uh,
excited about? You're doing so much.
a couple movie announcements.
Yeah, yeah, you've been doing some horror movies, it looks like. There's a
So
little
I
bloody.
did.
I'm like, what's happening to my best friend? On
Okay,
Instagram, you're
so
all
I
bloody
don't
and
know what was
dying.
okay. So there on that one, it's Hannibal TV, and I think he was a vampire hunter. But yeah, I wasn't a vampire, so I don't know what was going on in that
Yeah,
scene. But my
you're a
character
bloody
goes
mess.
through it. My
Yeah.
character goes through. Another one was, so there was an alien invasion, but they were worms. So the aliens are worms, but they infect you with a disease, and it's the zombie disease, but you become a zombie that eats ass.
Okay. Makes total sense.
And I'm like the opener with a rock star, and Nate plays the rock star, and we're like, oh
Oh,
my
I
god,
love it.
it's the most insane scene ever. And I turn into an ass eating zombie.
So do you guys do like film festivals where you're from? Is this something they would show at like the film festival or?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. I think those
We do that
independent
here. We have
projects,
like so it's indie film makers, and they'll have their little.
probably. I think that's what they're gonna. I
Yeah,
think 2B probably will end up somewhere, but I'll definitely keep you guys up to date on those. But another film project that we started working on last year, Whoop Ass, is in production again, and that one is with Ken Anderson, Haley J, and it's going to be so much fun to actually like get that movie out there, because it is a serious film, as opposed to what I was just talking about. It is
that's
it's
cool.
it's a wrestling movie with wrestlers, so
Ooh, that'll be good.
I'm excited about that one. And then I think there's another serious project I have in the making, in the works for January, but a lot of different independent movies. Uh, the wrestling bit, and a lot that's going on behind the scenes that will be announced soon. And
Yeah.
then honestly, I think the rest of this year is going to be dedicated to just my health and CRPS, finishing out all my bookings and my in-ring training. So I think this is the beginning of a
Yeah.
lot of cool things for sure.
2026 is going to be an amazing year for both of us.
Is that next year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This year, we'll finish it up. Next year is the year. My dad's movie's going to come out. You and I are going to
Oh,
do all the
oh my God. I
things.
will go on tour with you and go to the red carpets everywhere we go.
God, yes.
Oh
You
my gosh,
better.
we'll have different outfits and coordinate them, and we'll get like just like super hot and look cute.
Yes. Double Trouble. Oh, we haven't even
Double
mentioned Double Trouble.
Double Trouble is gonna take over. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna be in Philly this October and the next week or so. But I think we just need to do all the cons
3 weeks.
next year, starting in January.
Yes. I'm so into that.
January
Yeah.
for the Royal Rumble, and then Vegas again for this coming year.
April. Yeah.
We'll get our
Definitely. I'm definitely
we'll get
going.
our agents in on it, and we'll have our schedule. Like it's just us, double trouble taking over.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a few audience questions for you.
Give
I
them to me, baby.
I
I'm taking medicine. Go on.
I asked them to submit questions, so and then I just pick a couple. They submitted so many. That's how much people love you and are interested in your story.
Yay!
So, okay, Mason, he's actually my friend from Calgary. He wants to know what's been your favorite moment returning to the ring, and do you feel restricted and limited in any way? Which, of
For
course,
sure. Well, for sure, where I'm not 100% able to be back in the ring, definitely feel restricted for
mm,
sure. I'm only medically allowed to see how my body does in training, and then and it's bad, guys. It's pretty graphic behind scenes. Like I've just recently posted videos of me vomiting and shaking, and that's just like that doesn't even grasp what I'm going through. So, um, I think I think that question is best left at. I'm very blessed and excited to be back in the community, to be back in the business, but I'm still not quite there yet.
do
So,
you have a favorite
uh,
moment of returning, though? Like, since you've been able to come back, and was it that first time you were able to take a bump, or
mm,
any
mm,
particular promotions,
let's see,
or
let's
working
see.
against someone? You worked with someone really cool recently. That
Yeah,
was
I
a
was
big
gonna
moment for
mention that
you.
just now. I was gonna mention that just now. I guess that would be the highlight. So let's just discuss it. Do
Yeah.
you hear the police?
No, I have my window open, so maybe I did hear
Okay,
them.
well,
I thought they were
there's
police
like
out here.
4 police officers, like SWAT teams going by. It's like, what the fuck is going on
Like
right now? I'm having a
Black
serious
Dahlia shit.
conversation. Like Dahlia shit, yeah. No, okay. So I guess my favorite. Okay, favorite moment behind the scenes is interacting with a lot of the sick, but in character in performing, one of my favorite parts was probably just recently with my debut of the Juggalos, the JCW, and what the whole bit was. So being a professional wrestler and not able to wrestle, it gets haters talking, like gets people
Yeah,
mocking me. You're not even a wrestler, and it's like, how could you say that about me? Whatever.
yeah,
It messes with one's mental health. So I've been able to prove myself in my body with these ballet spots, ballet spot after ballet spot. Well, technically, this past week when I did that debut, it was in a battle royale. So I technically was out there debuted as a wrestler
yeah.
for
You had a
JCW.
spot in the match.
That
Yeah,
was my debut match. So
yeah, with all the
we're
dudes
making
too,
it
right?
happen.
Yeah,
So that
with
was
all the guys.
technically my debut was
Yeah,
with
there
JCW.
you
Like who could
go.
say that? Who could say their first match was with the Juggalos? Like that's pretty cool.
I
That's
love
such a
that for you.
movie moment. So my debut back into the wrestling community was with a signing. And my first ever signing was at the Wrestling Universe store in New York City alongside Alicia Fox. And I'm just like,
Right.
I
I
shouldn't be
remember
here.
those
What the
pictures
fuck?
too.
I was like, this is insane. I was like, and foreshadowing, you and I are gonna end up doing that with Double Trouble next year. I am manifesting
Yeah, we
it,
are.
and I'm gonna make that happen. So how presumptuous, how insane that that's my kickoff into my career. So then scene changes a year later, and it's like, well, I guess I'm gonna wrestle, and that's like my fucking debut. Like so, and I just all I did was exactly what I would have done as a ballet, which is what I'm medically allowed to do, is like
Yeah,
either do 1 or 2 bumps. And so
yeah.
what I did was just I took 1 bump.
And then you were out.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about it. How insane. And it hasn't even dropped yet. The only footage that's online that everyone is seeing is fan footage. It hasn't even dropped on their TV
Oh,
yet.
okay.
So, but every time it gets reposted, it gets like 1 million+ views. Like every time someone takes that video and posts it on Twitter or on X or Instagram or even Reddit, people are going insane over it. And whether it's for Shane, which is was my opponent, Shane Mercer. He's more of a deathmatch worker, and Kentucky, and he's known all over the world, like where he goes to Japan and stuff. He is known to do viral spots, and he's the type of guy that would go in the bleachers, lift up once the fans get off the bleachers, he lifts up the bleacher stands and hits another wrestler with it. Like those are the spots he
Holy, that's a
does.
strong man.
He does just like he's very strong and he
Yeah.
does these insane spots.
Yeah.
So he's known for his finisher and he's so well known for it. Logan Paul ended up stealing it and putting it on like I think during a WrestleMania moment, but he won't even do it anymore because he said it was so scary. And when it was on WWE or whatever, they had to call it. They had to put Shane over and acknowledge that that's where they got the move from because it was his move.
Wow.
So this
I
guy,
did see the footage finally because you were like, "Did you see it?" And I don't know. I've seen so much, so I went to find the one, and I was like, "Holy shit, girl!"
so this is
Oh,
this is the famous move. This
yeah.
is the iconic spot that all these people are too scared to do, and that this is the wrestler that made it famous or whatever, and this is his finisher. So what did you think about that's the one spot I did?
Yeah, it was making a name for yourself. That's for sure.
Yeah, so
Spot of the
so
evening.
I was so here I am, and Shane is having this conversation with me behind scenes. He's like, "So you're out of a wheelchair, you're only allowed to do one spot, and this is what you want to do." And I'm like, "Uh-huh." Please.
Yeah.
And he looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You are so brave." Like he just kept on calling
Aw,
me brave.
you are
And
brave.
right before we went out the curtain, he looked at me and was like, "If there's any question about doing this, let me know." And I'm like, "No, no, I'm good. Like I genuinely want to do this." Like so he took care
It
of
looks
me, but
smooth.
that's how serious it was going into it.
Yeah. Well, that's super exciting. I'm so well. When do they air it? When do they actually air it? Do you know?
Probably this week.
Yeah. Well, you're just gonna
Um,
expect some more.
I think so. And it's so scary. Bitch, I'm scared. I'm
Scared.
gonna throw my phone. I'm gonna throw my phone in the garbage. You'll never hear from me again.
Yeah. I can't handle all this fame.
I can't, bitch. I'm scared.
Okay, this was another question from Will. What have you changed
Okay.
your mind on in the last 5 years? I thought that was a unique question, so I wanted to go with it.
That's a very unique question, but a lot has happened in the past 5 years. If we go for the past year, I've been making appearances and doing ballet spots. The year prior, I started dipping myself into appearances. And then, so that's 2 years. The year prior to that, I was I don't even think I was diagnosed with CRPS. Yeah, I think I was trying to figure out what was going on. And then the year prior to that, I was having these experimental surgeries on my legs. So like for nerve surgeries because they didn't know it was CRPS and it ended up spreading my disease. So the mindset of who I was 2 years ago, let alone
5.
3 years prior to that, I was just such a different person coming out of that wheelchair and I was 60 pounds heavier too. A lot's changed for sure. I go through a roller coaster of emotions of I'm glad I know I have CRPS and I'm glad I can be an advocate for it, but then again it's so draining and scary. So I I do mourn who I was even with this disease, even battling this disease. I mourn who I was before knowing about it because it's been so traumatizing. And I it's a loss of innocence knowing
Yeah.
about CRPS. So even though it's a big loss of innocence getting this disease and battling this disease, even having this disease and not knowing what it was I was a different person. So getting diagnosed has really mentally fucked with me for sure. So a lot's changed these past 5 years.
Yeah.
And then these next 2 years, the stuff that Bronwyn and I are about to do, these big projects we're going to be working on, individually and together. It's these next 2 years. Ask me the same question, I'm gonna be like a different person than I am
Well,
right
even
now.
1 year, I find like so much
Oh, for
changes in
sure,
1 year. Yeah.
for sure. Like I mean, from 4th of July to the last 4th of July. I mean, you and
Yeah,
I.
it's true. Okay, I'll ask one more fan question. Your favorite place you've performed?
Ooh, good question. Good question. Okay, so I like the ECW arena was so professional too. The setup
I
with
know.
Battleground,
Yeah.
love that. Famous arena.
Yeah.
Uh, being the first female, let alone someone has quoted it as I'm the first worker to ever wield a chainsaw out to the ring at that arena. And I'm like, you sure? So
Wow.
making history at that arena was wild. Uh, so that was probably my one of my most favorite moments.
That's certainly my favorite place.
For sure. Could you see yourself ever living there in Philly?
I haven't, do you know what? I haven't like explored enough of Philly to really to know if I would live there.
Maybe have a
Um,
condo there.
but sure. Sure, why not?
Do a
Might as
lot of
well just
business
make it
trips there.
easier when I travel back and forth.
Yeah, have like a home base here.
Yeah.
Uh, no, probably that so far.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my big things that I've been doing are just these big signings and interacting with the fans. But I'm really excited with the more work I'm able to get with the valet spots, let alone with hopefully these wrestling bits I'm going to be able to do.
Yeah, girl. I'm excited to see it pan out. Okay, so I like to do a little like this or that questionnaire. So you just say
Oh,
which one
fuck
you
off.
prefer. No, it's not like facts. It's just like, do you prefer this or do you prefer that kind of thing?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm
Yeah.
like
Oh God,
retarded. I
no.
was gonna
It's
say,
not Jeopardy.
oh, well, I'm scared. You're like, it's not Jeopardy.
I would fail Jeopardy. I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh my god! Like I was like, bitch, we're both blonde. What
I'm
the
like,
fuck are
wait,
you doing?
can I cheat?
Can I have a cheat? Can I have phone a friend? It's not that type of show. Oh,
All right. So we're gonna be really easy, I promise. Okay.
okay, you
Sweet,
scared me.
sweet or salty? Salty?
Salty,
Yeah. I'm a salty girl too.
salty
I'm
right
a
now.
salty
Yeah,
bitch.
like little
City.
like salty chips.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have as much of a sweet tooth, but yeah, give me all the nachos and stuff like that.
I have
Yeah.
a hardcore sweet tooth, but where my sickness just is, it's just like
It doesn't agree with
unfortunately.
you. Mm.
Yeah, my where my disease is like consuming my chest right now. Like it's like the worst, baby.
Oh.
But anyway, next question. Yeah, go
Okay.
for it.
City life or country life?
Ooh, can I do an in-betweener and just do the truth and I like the suburbs?
Sure. Okay.
I love the suburbs, like I 1,000% because I am 30 minutes away from the country or 30 minutes away from the city. Like it's
Yeah.
just that is the best.
Yeah, because your property that you lived on before, it seemed like very country vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just like it's an inconvenience to like have to drive an hour for the gym or an
Yeah.
hour for
Sure.
to go get foundation last minute, like go to an Ulta. Like that just pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
also, I've lived the opposite, and I've been right there where you hear gunfire, and like I'm next to the Cincinnati Zoo. Like I quite literally lived above the Cincinnati Zoo, and I was just like, this is the worst scenario ever. So
Oh,
I
God.
like a healthy in between.
Yeah, that's basically like where I live now. The suburb.
Well, I mean, if there's a
I've
zombie
never lived
apocalypse,
like downtown. I couldn't. No.
I have, and it's just like I've done it. Oh my gosh, babe, when I was in that was in
Yeah, LA,
Cincy.
yeah. Yeah.
When I was in LA, I was in my vehicle doing that. Oh my god, don't do that.
No. No. All right.
But I like the in between though because what if a zombie apocalypse happens? You're in the country immediately. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. I know these country
Bye.
roads. Peace out. Okay, would you rather a perfect ass or big old titties?
That's so
Because you
triggering.
can only
I'm
have
getting
one. One or the other.
listen. I'm not trying to make this a thing, but I'm getting body shamed online right now. You know how like I can't do a squat, like where like I'm sick
Sure.
and I'm like trying to relearn how to squat. So I don't. I've never had plastic surgery, and then now because of my disease, I can't have plastic surgery. So this is all I got, and I quite literally have a
Perfect.
wheelchair body. So I have a natural body, right?
Yeah.
There's people trolling me saying that I have just a flat, wide ass and it's flat. And it's just like
Kidding me?
so mean. It's so mean.
No,
But to
you look
answer your
so
question,
good. I can see the difference, like the work you're doing in the gym. You're doing an
I'm
awesome
trying to
job. Your
learn,
body
I'm
looks so
trying to
good.
do this. I'm trying to learn how to do the steps, and I'm trying to push my body to do learn how to squat. So
Oh,
I'm trying,
I only just
but
started like actually going to the gym because I used to just work out at home like not
Mhm.
even a year ago, and I couldn't even like squat properly at first. Like it took me time even to like build up to that, right?
So
It
that's
takes
what I'm
time.
dealing with right now, and I'm thank you for sympathizing with me.
Yeah.
Uh,
You get to
but
learn
to
flexibility.
answer your question, I guess just big juicy titties.
Yeah. Big
Yeah,
juicy.
titties.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. Would you
But
rather
without
go
back pain. No back pain
no
though,
back pain?
if I
Yeah.
had to pick.
Yeah, for sure. No one wants that. Would you rather go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or see the Browns in a playoff game? Browns
Fuck off. I don't
Bengals.
even know what the fuck is the Browns.
You should know. It's an Ohio team. The Bengals.
Okay, so I go in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Like you go to it.
Oh, I was in,
Go
oh,
tour it. These are Ohio questions.
oh my God. Why would you ask me Ohio questions? Because I was born here? Because I live here? Bitch, I don't know Ohio. I
Yeah,
literally
I had
thought
to
the
do some
ocean was in
research.
I thought the ocean was in Chicago, but Chicago's not even Ohio, so I don't even know why I'm bringing that up. Listen, I don't know things.
Okay, that's fine. You know
I
who
do.
Devo is? Apparently they're an Ohio band. So Nine Inch Nails or Devo, because they're both from Ohio.
Ooh, I guess my answer knows.
Yes. Okay. And that
You're like,
concludes.
yes.
Okay. I don't even know who Devo is. So I would pick Nine Inch Nails as well.
Well, I mean, if you played one of their good songs, I'm sure I'd be like, yeah, vibe with it.
Yeah. That's it. That concludes my
You
this
gave
or
me
that.
such anxiety. Why would you do that to me? You need to fucking smoke. You need to smoke some and calm me down now with these last questions before we get off because you just gave me fucking anxiety. Don't do that to me. I'm too stupid for that.
Oh, okay. It's just supposed to be fun. A little fun.
That
Lighthearted
wasn't
fun.
fun. I sweated out of my asshole.
Okay. Where can people find you?
All on socials.
All on the socials. I saw you got your
Shadow.
link tree up, so
Finally, so hopefully it combats shadow ban. But yeah, you guys can like go find my link tree. Maybe we'll share it on the links when this podcast drops, but the link will take you to all my socials just under Black Dahlia, Page Colette. Um only go on OnlyFans, help a bitch out. I'm gonna try to buy a vehicle for Christmas because I have no vehicle. So let
no.
I know I have no vehicle and I'm gonna try to buy a vehicle by Christmas.
Yeah, that's needed.
I'm speaking into existence. I need a vehicle so I
Yeah,
can get to my wrestling
get
training
to
and so
your
I can get
shows. Yeah.
to get to places. Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me today. This was so
Oh,
much fun.
babe, I will join you anytime, and I
We will
will
sometimes we're gonna like, do double trouble co-host as well.
1,000%. I
I look
am
forward to it.
down. I ever since I think it was the group chat, you and your agent, like you guys pitched that to me, and I was like, yes, please, let's do this.
Yeah.
And I would love to be a part of that, and we can just do it in person when we do our
Yeah.
things together, especially next year, babe, when we do all these different
Convention.
signings. A lot of good is coming, and I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of who you are as a woman, as a
Thank
mom, as a
you.
worker, and as a sister. And I just love you so much. You inspire me, you keep me going, you keep me alive, and you give me hope on my darkest days, okay, babe?
Aw, thank you. I find you so inspiring, and I think this went really well. And hopefully
Oh, so
we get a
easy.
lot of
You're so
views
professional.
and
Ben
people
Bill.
learn. Ben Veal number 2. Oh, this is Chester.
Yeah, Ben, she's coming for your job.
Well,
Hi,
actually,
Chester.
him and I might actually do a England convention together. We're going to share a table. So I was like, I think it'd be
Nice.
great to collab with him, and we could do some interviewing together. And so,
Fuck yeah.
yes. But thank
Do
you
that.
again. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me on episode number 2 of Dirt with the Doll. And go follow my girl.
Thank
Bye.
you for having me. Bye,
Of
guys.
course. Bye.